All right, welcome to episode 6 of Destination Duna with me, your host, 3 Martini Lodge. Today is a bit of a special episode. I've determined I am not going to have any Kerbals on the surface of Duna by the day 500 milestone set forth in the challenge. Probably very shortly after that, after 500, I will. I figure I probably should have been doing all along what I started doing with the launch of the Kethane mining rig, which is sending up ships with reduced fuel, so I could send up larger ships that could be fueled with the Kethane, and I'm going to be doing more of that from here on out. Anyways, let's take a look at what I've got here. I went ahead, since last time, I went ahead and fueled up all the fuel modules and docked them all at Selene Station, and when that comes up finally, you'll be able to take a look. There we go. And we got the gang's all here. We've got Selene Station, we've got the fuel modules working up from the bottom, all 4, and they're all full of fuel. Let's take a look. There we go. Look at all that glorious fuel. Unbelievable. I went ahead and put the Quadrapus up here, and it's got a pretty good load of fuel as well. And of course, up at the top, we've got that pusher 2 vehicle, which again has ample fuel. But the pusher and the Quadrapus not really adequate for interplanetary travel. Pusher could probably push a light load, but again, pushing these fuel modules all empty out to Minmus showed me for pushing any significant loads, the pusher is just not adequate. I need something bigger. This one again came in with, if you recall, a thrust to weight ratio of 0.15, pushing just these 4 tanks empty. So, in light of that, my first launch today is going to be something a little more heavy duty. Love those extended loading times in the new version of the game. Come on, any day now. And here it comes. There we go. Then of course we got more loading times as we get into the vehicle assembly building. Not only that, we have more loading times as I bring up my new space truck by 4. And this is going to be doing the heavy lifting, pushing back and forth between the Kerbin system and the Duna system. Now again, it comes in a little heavy, but I'll be draining a lot of fuel on the launch pad. And again, this is probably something I should have been doing all along. Certainly since the time that I got the mining rig set up. And maybe I hit it at the right time. Maybe this is when I should start doing that, because again, the mining rig went up empty. I think I had one other ship went up with limited fuel. Well, this one is a dedicated pusher, and it will be going up. I've done the math. I'm going to have to get this and the launcher down to 178.37 tons on the launch pad to qualify. So let's go ahead and put some lifting capability on there. I'll need a separator, and I will need my trusty Pony 25. And again, it saves better with that probe on there, but I don't need it. There's actually one. If you look down at the bottom here, well, you can't see it. Maybe I'll lift this up so you can. Let's get up there. Look at the bottom of my Pony 25, and somewhere down there, I thought I had a. Well, I know that there's a probe core down there somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but there is a probe core. Maybe it's underneath that engine. It's one of those little cube probe cores. Anyways, as this stands with all that fuel on the top part, it's gonna smush right about here. So I'm gonna go ahead and this is the only struts I need, believe it or not, is from here to here. That's four-way symmetry. Ooh, yeah, see, thought it was. You know, I didn't even look last time I did it. Yeah, that's, okay, well, let's, we don't need that, obviously. Let's, where is that thing? Let's pick it off of there. Let's go two-way symmetry. So, maybe that'll be all that I need. So let's get that a little bit lower down. Let's add some launch stabilizers. And I did the math after I added the stabilizers. So I've got 220. This thing myself is 66 by 0.66. And minus 220, 0.03, 66, blah, 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 plus 25. Comes up to be 178.37. Let's clean up this staging. And move this over here. And these tanks will be about 2/3 full. These outer tanks on the pusher let enough to get into Minmus orbit, where I've got all that glorious fuel waiting for the other guys. So let's get this puppy onto the launch pad. I'll see you there. So onto the launch pad and set up Kerbal alarm clock. You've seen this before, certainly. Speed forward and yeah, pass up a launch window to Duna. There we go. Ooh, just passed it up. That's that kind of hurts. That kind of hurts a little bit. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and launch. I'm not going to bore you with the entire launch here. We're going to cut this short. And then just assume that I got into orbit, assume I got into Minmus, Minmus transfer and got into orbit there, and then eventually rendezvoused with the Selene station and came into dock there. A pretty routine docking situation. You see I've got about 1,000 meters per second of delta V remaining. Again, nothing special with this dock, so let's go ahead and check out my next launch. Alright, my next launch is going to be some space station cores for Duna and Ike. Let's get the pony off of there for now. You can see it's coming in just a hair heavy. I'm going to be emptying out all these RCS tanks. There's some here too. And I think, yeah, on the other side, and that'll bring me down to below the 25 tons. These RCS tanks are going to be supplies for the Kerbals inside. And if you recall, I require twice the habitation for long-term storage. Each one of these can hold 2 Kerbals, and it has 600 food, so that's 300 Kerbal days of supply. That's cutting it kind of close. I'm probably not going to keep 6 Kerbals in here, maybe 4 at the most. So we got 6 times 3 is 1,800. If I got with 4, that's more than 400 days. So that should be plenty to await resupply. 300 is cutting it kind of close. At least I think so. Go ahead and put that back on, and let's see, all the stations good to go. So I'm gonna get this puppy on the launch pad. All right, Kerbal alarm clock and go. Passing up that Duna transfer window. Oh my goodness. Anyways, not going to spend a lot of time on this particular one. Just show you getting it into orbit. This one's not doing much. Just getting into orbit and staying there. It's going to be a while before the space station cores for Duna get more attention. So here it goes up, and we'll be transferring soon just to show it in orbit. And like I said, not much is going to happen with this one. Just happy to launch it. Here we are in orbit. And, well, let's take a look at my next launch. Alright, my third launch is going to be another Quadrapus. You guys should be pretty familiar with this one. Weighs in at under 25 tons. I know I should have done more launches with reduced fill, but this ship was pretty much already designed. And it doesn't really need to be heavier. It's landing on this one will be landing on Ike and taking off over and over again, so it could probably actually be lighter. Maybe you can send up 2 of them or something. Anyways, the only difference from the previous Quadrapus is the addition of these little ports here. What do they call it for the Kerbal attachment system? Radial connector ports for the Kerbal attachment system. You know, I should probably, if I could put a winch on there. Let's see what that does to the weight. That's a little. I won't be able to reach it. Okay, so no winch. Yeah, it doesn't really need one anyways. Everything's all lined up, so we're ready to put this puppy into orbit. And we're going to drop off the the last of that lifter is going to go ahead and turn around and deorbit. Again, I've got my debris persistence set to 100%. In any event, that's about it for the Quadrapus. Let's see what we've got coming up for the 4th and final launch. And my 4th and final launch of the day will be the Kethane mining rig for Ike. Let's take this off of here and take a look. You can tell I'm coming in a bit heavy. I'm going to dump most of the fuel off on the launch pad to keep it under weight. It's only different layout than my last one. This one does have less fuel capacity, but I had to have food for my Kerbals, because there's going to be Kerbals going to the Duna system finally. Oh, speaking of which, let's get some Kerbals in there. And we don't pick the best and the brightest for mining duties. We're going to go with Patmond and Gusbert. Get those guys in there. And really nothing special here. The thing, let's take a look at that Delta V. Actually, kind of impressive. 2600 Delta V, 0.43 thrust to weight ratio. This thing will be able to maneuver itself onto Ike, I suppose. We'll see if I need to use the Quadrapus to get it down there. So reattach this. Don't think I'm going to need any struts. All my staging's okay, so I'm going to see you on the launch pad. And onto the launch pad we are. I'm hoping I already did the alarm clock before I started, before I got to this point. Hoping I launched on the right day. Anyways, I'll know soon enough. And it won't be the end of the world. We'll just wait and, pretend like I launched on, 410, 410, I think. Anyways, got my 2 Intrepid Kerbals, 2 Gusbert and Patmond, I think it is, going up. Per routine launch. Just going to get her up to, I think it was 90,000 meters for this one. Along with all those, the other 3 launches of the day. What are we going to do with all that stuff? Anyways, here it is, floating majestically in orbit at 90,000. Be sure to tune in for the next episode to see what I'm going to do with those things. If you like the video, and I'll see you next time. 3 Martini Launch is out of here.